Turn down. We are live. Hello,
Yay!
everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello to everybody, including you, Stouffer.
Well,
How's it
thank you.
going? I haven't seen you in a while.
I know it's been too long, but it's nice to see you. It's nice to be back on your channel. Thank you.
Glad to have you back. I want to start off with a great big thank you. I reached 4,000 subscribers, and not even 3 months in, it just feels really amazing. So I just want to thank everybody. And if you haven't heard, I'm having a contest that is running from now until August 31st. I will put all of the details in the description below. But to enter that contest, all you have to do is email me at thehealingmediumcontest@gmail.com, and you will be entered into, we'll do a live show on September 1st to announce the winner, who will receive a free reading and a gift basket with some little surprises in it. So just a way of thanking each and every one of you who have subscribed and not unsubscribed.
There's always a few, right?
Well, that's just it. You know what? Not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay. I've come to learn that I don't have thick skin. I do see every single comment, and the majority of them, and that's where I place my focus, are so lovely. I mean, they're just so complimentary and supportive. And the ones that are not, I still see them, and I try to take it as criticism in a way that if I can, make changes that feel aligned with me, then I do. And then in that, it's not going to please everybody. So, and that's the thing. People have been so patient in my process of learning, what I really want to showcase on this channel. And yes, it's for you. And it needs to feel good as well. So finding my groove and the patience and the support in that from the moderators, and all of the lovely people that continue to show up, I just want to thank you. So contest, the Healing Medium contest @gmail.com. After the show today, we will put the details in the description, just to remind you, and you'll have until August 31st. So that being said, I'll just actually announce we did today with a guest that I had on last week, Jason Tempinski, who is a past life regressionist. He does the quantum healing hypnosis therapy and various other things. And so we did a workshop today. And so for those of you that were able to join, it was pretty special, I will say that. And so there will be more. We're announcing that we're going to do a series of 3. And so the next one is going to take place on Thursday, September 8th at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Again, I'm going to put all of this into the description after the show. But we just had such a good time, and the feedback and the comments, and it was very interactive, which was really great for Jason in his sharing. It was really supportive and just felt good to have people share what their experiences were. So I'm excited. I think it's going to turn into a regular series that we're going to do. So if you didn't see that video and you're interested in what I'm talking about, it was the one with Jason, the past life regression expert. So check that out in my videos. And yeah, so Stopher, what's new with you? How's it going?
It's going good. It's been a bit of a whirl. Did a little traveling.
Oh, you froze for a second. Was that whirlwind came back?
Yeah,
it froze you.
I guess Spirit doesn't want me to tell that story. I don't know. No, just staying busy with readings and all the, what am I trying to say? You're making me nervous, Kevin.
Oh my gosh, what? We're like
Doing
friends.
the mediumship circle on Tuesday nights, and also trying to incorporate a personal life and all that good stuff. Was able to go to
Hmm.
Tahoe for the first time ever. So that was magical and expensive. So yeah, it's been good. I'm working on offering here in a couple weeks another little free, giving back to the community, doing a free workshop. It'll be on
Mm.
Sunday. You gave me the date earlier. I didn't know what I was like two
I think it
Sundays.
was, I'm going to post it. Sunday, September 3rd.
There you go.
I'm
Thank you
his
for.
secretary.
I know, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so it's going to be Sunday 3 p.m. Los Angeles time. So whatever that means for whatever time zone you're in. That will be a free workshop for basically for building a business as a reader, whether it's full time or part time. Um, that was a journey that I went on just a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I did a lot right, and I did a lot, maybe that I would do differently. So I have that experience, and plus, I'm a marketer full time, so I have that experience to give and that knowledge. So I want to, kind of give that to people that might be at that point where they want to start their business or kind of, maybe retool it, whatever it is. So if you
That's, I
want
mean,
to
that's a
email me,
wonderful offering. Hmm.
yeah. So once again, free workshop. If you want to email me, and I'll give you the link and make sure you guys get there.
Amazing. That's so generous. And I love using this channel as a platform to um, share those offerings, and when they're, whether it be by a small donation or they're free or whatever that looks like. I just think it's so wonderful that there's people that are waiting for that. So thank you for being so generous. And I'm always supportive of what you have to offer because of who you are and what you do, and how you do it is just so wonderful. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
someone said, you guys are so cute. No need to be nervous. I think it was,
I don't.
I think it
Yeah, I
was
don't
Ice
know why.
Wolf said that. So
I don't know why I couldn't think of my words. I was like, I guess I must be nervous or something, which is fine. That lets me
it
know I'm alive.
happens.
But
It's so true. And speaking of readings today, we are going to jump into some readings. We're going to do some personal readings, spiritual questions, readings around that. Being really specific is super helpful. I will ask that if you've had a recent reading, maybe just let someone else get in there for an opportunity to have a reading if they haven't asked before, because we don't always do readings on the shows now. So and it's not to say that you can't ask. You can ask for sure, but just be in the consideration. If you've had a few readings, maybe let somebody else have a reading. And thank you for being patient and not putting the readings in right away. And I asked for that because I'm still learning, you guys, to be in the conversation, to be mindful of the comments that are coming in. And I like to say my hellos to people, and a quick, sometimes catch up with the guests. So in that, I always ask people to hold off on the questions so that I can focus on the questions as they come in. So go ahead, all in caps, if you've got personal questions. Stouffer, I think, why don't you go ahead and show, I know you had a little package so show up in the mail.
yeah, I came home, like I literally came straight from work to here, to try to be on time, and I've got these Oracle cards that I ordered on Etsy, and they were stuck in Chicago for like 3 weeks. Um, so I've been waiting for them. They just arrived, so I already pulled off the little ribbon that was on them, but they came in this cute little package. So I'm going to open them.
I
I
love
think
it.
it's
It's
called.
like an unboxing, right? Is that what
I
we're doing?
know. I've never done that live. A live unboxing. I
Thank
think
you,
it's called
Connie B. Connie B's, thank you. I appreciate
the
that.
Oracle of the
Oh,
Rose,
okay.
and it's a smaller deck, so it's a little bit bigger than playing cards. Which I found when I order off of Etsy, usually because they're like custom like indie decks, they're usually like a different size than some of my Oracle decks.
I'm starring questions, so you're doing brilliant.
Yeah.
So.
All right. It's got like a little book with it.
And hello to Pamela and Lisa and Patricia. My Pats is here. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys something, but I'm gonna show you later. Not today, not on today's show. I want them to be hung up so that I can do a little show and tell of a very special gift from a very special friend. So, and hello, Sharon Sipe and Jessica, all of you lovely people coming in. Brenda, Barb, Kathy. Oh,
yeah, it's got kind of almost like a carnival kind of feel to it. I'll probably use these.
They are kind of Alice in Wonderlandy.
Yeah, right. I don't know if these will be like a day-to-day use, but definitely maybe at events, Halloween parties.
Interesting.
What's that even say? B.
I don't know. And hello to everybody who's coming in. Thank you so much for being here. Kelly and Sharon and Cindy and Purple Elephant, False Teeth. Wayne, Mr. Rich is in the house. He's coming to Canada soon. And
yeah, hi to everybody. I was kind of ignoring the comments coming in, but I did see everybody saying hi.
And Spirit Watcher Suzanne. Oh my gosh, that's exciting, Connie. Amazing. And Ivana, nice to see you. And I keep making I'm making everybody moderators. So if you've noticed that you've got wrenches, I'm making everybody moderators. So once I recognize and I'm familiar with you, that just happens. So hopefully you accept that responsibility.
I love you're putting everyone to work.
Totally. Sharing is caring.
Yeah. Oh, and I finally put up a recorded video on my YouTube this week. It's funny because I had planned on doing it for like forever, and it was about what I had told you about a few weeks ago about receiving the letter from the Navy. So,
oh yes, yeah. You guys check it out. I'm actually looking for your.
Yeah, so I had received so many great comments from everybody. I just wanted to say thank you for the support.
Wow. Could a moderator actually put Stopher's, I don't know why I don't have it on the list, Stopher, but your YouTube link would be wonderful. That's where you've put it, right?
Yes. And yeah. I appreciate that.
Amazing. Yeah, check out that video. Oh, I can't wait to watch it. I know what you're talking about, so.
And it wasn't as painful as I thought it would be, so I might actually put up another video.
Amazing.
It's, just getting that first one out of the way and kind of getting used to it, because it's such a weird feeling for me to do the videos, that is.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Have you done like pre-recorded stuff, or are you just doing lives right now?
Yeah, just lives right now. It's in the works. Yeah, it's in the works.
Thank you, Lisa.
Alrighty, shall we? Okay, so we're going to close the questions. That feels really aggressive in all those capitals. I'm sorry about that.
Why are you just throwing like a curse word or something?
Never. So we will close the questions. We've got a lot of questions, and let's get to it. I'm curious about that new deck. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it today just because I don't know it that way. I like to build a relationship with my decks, but
sure,
I'll use it definitely probably at Halloween parties.
Sounds good. Okay, BJ Helder, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Hello. Do you see a change in job or location for me? And if so, will it be my choice, not imposed on me? Interesting. Seems like, I don't know, like in my readings, that one just, it was like, oh, that's interesting. It's the moving forward card.
All right.
I think that's a yes.
What's that mean?
That feels like a yes to me. And a lot of people are shifting within their work. It seems to be in lots of the readings that I'm doing, people are either in that decision of whether or not they're going to stay or they're going to move into something. And within that move, a lot of people are moving into something totally different. And I feel like it's what Spirit keeps telling me. It's like that 7-year cycle. And I feel like you would resonate with that 7-year cycle where it's just things are coming to an ending. So it does feel, as I connect with your energy, that there is that strong potential, and it feels like yeah, you're in the driver's seat of that. It's like you just taking the initiative, because I feel like it actually could occur where that it would be imposed on you. That kind of feels a little bit, maybe 6 months out, that would happen. But it feels like you are really in the thought, and in that you're actually starting to create that movement yourself. So I get a strong yes. Yeah, and the message on that card is to get ready for positive change. So mhm.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Kevin. So I've got there will be some movement, I think, in both location and within your position regarding work. But what I'm getting is that it's totally in your control. So I don't think this is going to be imposed on you. I think this is something that you're going to orchestrate yourself. And it feels like it's something that's been kind of in the works for a while. So I do feel like it will kind of like be together with moving and the job. So it will make sense that they're kind of one and the same, or moving for a job. But it feels to me like it's just kind of taking the next step, but it's your own choice. So it doesn't feel like an unwanted transfer or being pushed somewhere. It really feels like you kind of taking the next step, and something that's really like already a ball rolling down the hill.
I keep hearing January too. January. How many months is January? So September, October, November, December, January. Okay, that's 5 months. Yeah. I do feel that it's happening. Yeah.
I feel
Have you? Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, don't be.
I feel like it's taking you east as well. I'm not sure where you're at, but I feel like it's, so if you were like in the United States, it would feel like it would be several states over, like to the east.
Oh, you're getting move.
Yeah, no, I'm getting a
Interesting.
truly
Oh, okay.
I'm
You're
getting a new
truly okay with it.
location.
Oh,
It still feels like it's
interesting.
in the same region, but it feels like it's like a couple states over. So yeah.
Feels good. You'll have to let us know. You'll have to. And are you getting, like, are you dreaming of it? Did you dream of a new job? That's what I'm hearing. If not, watch for the dream. Yeah. All right. Let us move to the next. Thank you for your question, and nice.
Yeah, thank
I
you,
don't know if
BJ.
I've seen your name before, but thank you. Thank you for being here. Karen. Message from my guides regarding my health. So, of course, for entertainment purposes only, and neither Stopher or I are doctors and can't give any medical direction, but we can do a kind of read just around your energy, more in the spiritual, emotional, mental. The physical gets a little bit delicate. So we would love to do a reading for you, Karen. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I am aware of, I feel like I can't take a full breath. Okay, tell me about that. So just being aware of the thoughts around your mind, the thoughts in your head, because it feels like the body is really listening to this. And so it just feels like a bit of a build of the anxiety around your concern. And so what they're just saying around that is that's, of course, it's natural to have that, but it's just not helping. And so in that, just really being aware of the thoughts and then just going back to your breath, they're saying. So when things start to kind of race in that direction, being aware of that and then pausing and then just going back to the breath feels real good. Just being really, really in the breath.
Yeah, so what I'm immediately taken to is, and I understand kind of what you're feeling there, Kevin, with like, I don't want to say mental health, but like mental turmoil. And I'm getting that really strong that it's kind of an environmental issue for you. So I almost feel like either clearing out, cleaning. There's some challenges with your environment where you're staying and where you're in, a lot of spending a lot of your time that is causing some of this, almost like a bit of a suffocation is what it feels like. So I get that with the breathing. Um, so I would say that this is causing some unneeded stress, unnecessary stress, unnecessary kind of maybe a little bit of a like a depression, or it just feels like it's kind of bringing your energy down a little bit. Um, so I'm getting the like cleaning your environment. There might even be some kind of things that are causing issues with your breathing, physically. So I don't know if this is like, mold or excessive like pet dander or stuff like that. It really just feels like there's some kind of environmental situation that's causing some problems there. So I would look into that, um, and I think it should kind of help you.
Mm. Yeah, and also a call it's interesting around that, Stouffer, because I kept hearing go outside. And so and it was almost like this call to action to just
Mm,
be aware of, if there was a physical ailment that was, a pain, for example, that in a safe way we can still be in movement is what they're saying. So just, being outside and the grounding that does, and especially in the mind connection, and just being in the movement. There's a little bit of a call for action in that. And of course, your body and what you can do and not do. But it's interesting. So with the breath and the freshness, with
mhm.
what Stouffer was saying, I think that's really curious. So
Yeah, thank
all
you,
the
Karen.
best. Yeah, all the best to you, Karen. And all righty. Lisa Sandros, message from Spirit, please. What's that song? Work, 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 work. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like you're doing lots of work, 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 work. Okay. Who sings that song? Oh, it's Rihanna. It's Rihanna. Sorry, I got excited there. Yeah, it feels like a little bit of a break from work. Are you going on a little holiday? I feel like you need a little holiday, Lisa. A little time out. Interesting. Stouffer, go ahead if you've got something.
Yeah, I've got some stuff coming up. I'm just trying to make sense of it. So we'll see. I'll just let it kind of marinate there for a second. 3.
Lisa says, yes, it's crazy. Yeah, there's this call to like, I see you actually, you're like on this bird, and this bird is just like soaring. It doesn't have a care in the world. And it's brought you to this higher perspective of like, you're just looking down at everything. It's like this out frame with all the craziness that's happening. And it's going to take something. It's going to take something from you to really do something different, they're saying. So it's just like this. It feels like in that craziness is that it's like the hamster wheel, and it just feels like running and running and running, and it feels like the exhaustion. It's like we're still running. So really, it's going to take something to make that shift. And it's like you have it, what that is, and just carving out the little pockets of time. It doesn't have to be the escape of all or nothing. They're just really saying like just even those little pockets of time where you can kind of escape from it all is really going to help. And I feel that, okay, so the clarity that you will get, the perspective. So I feel like there is that big change. Okay, it's the big change. Yeah, there's something about new beginnings, and they want you to get the clarity in this little pocket of relaxation that will give you the perspective. That's why they took you higher. Okay. That's what's there for you, Lisa.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm really getting a message for you, Lisa, about focus. Because I do feel, I know I used the word turmoil earlier. I do feel like there's a lot of like questioning and wanting and desire to kind of figure some things out. And it feels like it's kind of like on a spiritual level, to be honest. So there, I do believe that you are asking directly for information from spirit. So it's really about focusing your intentions, because I think you're kind of in a lot of different places is what I'm feeling. Like, do I do this? Should I do that? Is this the right thing? Just a lot of questioning. So I'm getting some information that I feel like breadcrumbs are being laid down for you. It's just a matter of seeing them and kind of going in that one direction, but really just quieting your mind, because it does feel a little frantic. That's a dramatic word, not that bad, but
I love it when spirit like corrects us.
I always go to these dramatic words. I'm like, that's not quite what I'm feeling, but a couple steps down from frantic. But what I'm getting is like answered prayers. So keep with the focus, or try to get that focus, and I do believe your prayers will be answered. And I know, Kevin, you had mentioned earlier for someone else, with dreams. I do feel like information is going to be coming in through dreams specifically, is the message I'm getting. So kind of, maybe if you're not already doing it, write down, what you're getting, every morning, if you can remember what's come through. Because I think there's some important messages there.
Awesome. All right. And I saw some new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. So nice. And don't forget to subscribe to Stouffer's channel that he's slowly starting to make more appearances at. And if a moderator could put Stouffer's YouTube channel link in the chat, would be so wonderful. Thank you so much. And yes, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I know there's the analytics show so many people watch, but they don't subscribe, which is totally their choice. But if you feel called to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And please, if you could leave comments, even if it's just a hello, whatever that looks like, the comments really help the channel as well. So I appreciate, and I do see and respond to every single one at this point still. So I appreciate you all. And hi, Sharon. I saw Sharon come in, and Melissa and Wiki and Maria and Sunny Intuition. Thank you all for being here, everybody. And Lisa, I can't let this one go. I feel like, would you understand dad or the fatherly energy in spirit? I know it wasn't mediumship that you were asking per se, but I feel like there's an acknowledgement for you in that. So, okay, thank you. Yeah. And where are we at though? This guy. Oh, this is a good one. Kathy Persons. I hope I said that right. I moved to Canada. Will I ever want to or have to move back to the USA? Well, welcome to Canada. We're neighbors. I'm curious if you feel comfortable. Whereabouts in Canada did you move, Kathy? Curious. Lisa. Yeah. Know that. Okay. He's assisting in that, so just feel that love, hun. Kathy, I moved to Canada. Will I ever want to go back to USA? I mean, I'm hearing no. I'm hearing no. I'm hearing no. That's what I'm hearing. So I will pull a couple of cards.
Yeah, I've got to know as well. So I think you're going to be in Canada, and I don't actually have you going anywhere else. So I do think Canada is where you're going to be. I do say
she's in Quebec.
Okay. Would you understand, Kathy, a connection to a son? Because I feel like there is a son still in the United States. If you would understand that, or it's a younger man. So I do feel there's still a connection here, but it doesn't feel like a pull that anything's going to like bring you back. And I really feel like where you're at is also going to be a very like spiritual connection for you as well. It just feels really lined up. Um, it really feels like home is what I'm getting. So I think there's going to be little pulls, but nothing that's going to change things because it feels really good where you're at.
Mm. I will say I do get the feeling that you could move within. Actually, I'm going to go with this because I did see Brenda tarot card readings. First of all, thank you so much for being here, and for all of you that have channels, please put your channels in the chat. All of these people that are here that have their own channels are so lovely, and some of them have become really great friends. So in that, please post your channels in the chat. What I will say, because I do see that she's in Ontario, I do see the potential, and I do see a potential for potentially Ontario and or a move within Quebec. So I don't necessarily get that you're going to stay exactly where you are. There is a potential. I don't know if it's been in the conversation or just the thoughts that you've been having, but there is a bit of a hit for me around that. So I'd be curious to know. I'd be curious to know.
Are you the singing medium now?
I could be. I mean,
I like that for you.
I have Lisa, Intuitive Tarot, and Sonia Rain Lee. They have their singing show, and I was on it. If you didn't see that, oh my gosh. I don't know if I actually sung a lot, and I don't think I did that well. I didn't know too many of the songs for whatever reasons.
Oh, wow.
But anyways, it was fun. And we can all sing. And it's a great way to express yourself. All right. Seascape, nice to see you.
Yeah, welcome.
Do you think that the spiritual self has to evolve before focusing on gifts? Oh, do you think that the spiritual self has to evolve before focusing on gifts? It's so interesting, Seascape, because it reminds me of one of the questions that I had. Spirit, they just kind of throw questions because I have been doing more and more of the interviews on my channel to just really introduce people and to get to know them and to connect. I love bringing people together with what their offerings are. So that's just a part of my intention. And in that, it reminds me of a question that I had. Spirit said, and I don't know who this question is for yet. They'll just jot down, they'll hit me with all of these questions. And then when I'm doing an interview, I'll know, they'll say, this is for them. And you reminded me, it was a question about the human aspect of who we are versus the soul aspect of who we are. And do they have different purposes in life? And so, I haven't even spent the time to fully answer that and understand it myself. But what I was reminded of that question, and I feel like it's just a dance. They're showing me like these people dancing, and sometimes it can look like, well, just like my singing, not that coordinated. And so in that, I think that there's moments where they're really in flow, and then moments where they seem separate, if you will. But to say one has to happen before another, I don't get that feeling. Like it just feels like they can be simultaneous. So, great question,
Yeah.
Stouffer. What are you getting?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I think I was watching a podcast or listening to a podcast today where they were talking about this, and short answer for me is no. But as you were saying, I do feel like it kind of, I think it helps for one thing. I think if you are able to evolve spiritually and grow in that way, I think it helps and helps with the growth of spiritual gifts, or what, I'm not sure what you're describing as gifts, but abilities, whatever you want to call it. I do think it does play a part, but can you also grow those abilities without some kind of spiritual journey or major evolution there, I think you can. And I mean, I feel like I've done that. I feel like sometimes it's kind of hand in hand, and then like you were saying, sometimes it seems a little separate. So
Interesting.
yeah, once again, the short answer for me is no, but there's a lot
Hmm.
of caveats in there with that.
Yeah. Great question. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
helps me
question.
navigate ego, and that's exactly, Seascape, that's
Yeah.
exactly kind of how my spiritual journey started, was to realize that I could shut up the voice in my head. And then that did open up, so that's one way that it really correlated together.
Hmm. I love that. And Kathy, thank you so much for your donation. That is so kind of you. And great question, Seascape. Good one. Actually, Seascape always has really great
Mhm.
questions around different thoughts and ideas. So, Brenda would love a message. General. Okay, Brenda. Hmm. Hmm. Um, oh, Jeffrey, thank you so much. So kind.
um Brenda, thanks for the question. The message I'm getting, it's kind of interesting. Immediately I heard the words to go back. I feel like there's something that you are kind of in limbo on, a situation that you had left some time ago, or that you had kind of given up on. And I feel like there's a cycle. What I'm getting with the energy is there's a cycle kind of coming back to it. Um,
Mm,
it feels like something that's either creative, or it's something that you would consider connected to a passion in your life. And I feel like I'm getting a message for you to go back and kind of revisit that. um, and I think it's something that's kind of you've been away from it for a while. So um, that's the main message I'm getting, is to kind of reconnect with a passion or a positive situation that you would have put some energy into. It feels like 10 years ago. It feels like something you've kind of stepped away from quite a while ago.
mm. Interesting. Brenda, I keep seeing lots of fives around you. And so it just feels like there's a lot of change that's happening, and they're actually showing me like a little a little past preview of it. Just felt like a bit stormy, and so things got a little bit the skies got a little bit dark, and so just in some challenge, it just feels like you're coming out on the other side of it, and it feels really good. It feels like things are like just all of those fives. I just keep seeing fives and fives and fives around you, and in that I just feel like you're making this step forward into something. And so when Stouffer was talking about kind of going back to something that you might have put on the bookshelf for a bit, it feels like you have this opportunity for those kind of things to come back in, or just newness around it. So in that, what they're acknowledging is that they're acknowledging how graceful and how generous you are, regardless, not regardless, yeah, regardless of what's going on. So even when things are kind of turbulent, they're just showing such grace in your generosity. So how you still show up and are in that contribution, they just really want to acknowledge you for that, because you are such a pillar in that. So and I just feel like they're talking about the trust with you. So yeah, there's more. It's like they keep, and just when you feel like you have such a deep, and you do have the deep connection with spirit, they just keep unveiling even more. And so in that, it just feels like the trust just keeps going higher and higher for you. So yeah, feels good, Brenda. Thank you for being here, and thank you for asking a question.
Yeah, thank you. And one
Love
more
it.
one more hit I'm getting is kind of what I was feeling earlier. There's a strong connection to music with this as well.
Is that the cue for me to sing?
Yeah, go for it.
Play the music down. Just kidding. That was horrible. I'm sorry. People are
You lost a lot of viewers.
Oh my gosh. Everyone's exiting.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
That is okay. You're so welcome, Brenda. Thank you so much. All right. Where are we here? Sunny Sands. Lovely Sunny Sands.
Sunny Sands.
What message does my biological father, who passed many years ago, have for me? I felt that was not me in that. I felt like my voice started to change and slow down. And I feel like communication, something around the communication or the inability to communicate was there. I also get the R name connected to Dad. The month of May being significant. 78. Either July, beginning of July 8th, but 78 or July also being important. What's that game? Checkers or actual checkers. Yeah, I think it's checkers. I see a checkerboard. I'm playing a game. Is it checkers? It's not chess. It's checkers. I think it's checkers. Sunny Sands. Oh, Amanda, thank you so much for your donation. That is so kind. Appreciated. Sunny Sands, are you? Oh, she is. Okay, perfect. I say she. I'm not certain of that. They. Thank you, Stopher.
It's just easier that way, right? Sunny Sands, I'm getting a strong. The letter D is coming in, and I believe I'm connected with Dad here, biological father. To give me a strength around this person, and the name starts with a D. I almost feel like it's a name I don't have a reference for. But there's a lot of strength around this person, and a lot of. I'm just trying to figure out why they're giving me this person. With Dad, would you understand? Because they're almost showing me a limp. Would you understand their issues with mobility with Dad? I almost feel like it was a very straightforward. Okay, Demetrius is his name. Got it. Yeah, and I don't know that name, so that makes sense. So he's giving me the limp. I don't know if he's trying to show me that he had some mobility issues. I also feel this was a very straightforward person, maybe a little detached in ways, is kind of what he's giving me. So I think there's a bit of a, not a regret, but acknowledgement that he could have done a little bit better with communication. He's just really giving me a message about not holding back, because I feel like this is something that he might have had challenges with, is not pursuing things and not really communicating and living his dream and whatnot. So he's really giving me messages for you, to just not hold back and move forward on these things that you might not be sure about, and just to not have fear, because I think these are things that may have held him back a little bit as well.
I think that's what he was acknowledging with the communication, because it did feel like a flashback.
Sorry.
Although I feel like I heard beloved. And so just the embrace he has for you in that. And what he's acknowledging is the acceptance that you've had. So this coming to the acceptance of who you are is something that he's acknowledging. And he just is so thrilled and excited and loving, and in that comes the beloved. It's like it just feels complete in that, and him still seeing all that you've gone through, because it does feel a bit of a time ago. It just feels really wonderful. And so just the acknowledgement about the acceptance and the self-acceptance. Carolyn, thank you so much for your donation. That is so kind. And AJ, thank you guys. Super stickers. You're super wonderful people. Yeah. Sorry, Stouffer, were you done?
Yeah, I think that was pretty straight to the point. Your father, Sunny Sands, your father feels like, I mean, he came in pretty much quick with the message. I don't know that he's like I don't want to say the best communicator, but it was very like unique the way the message came in, and then it was like, here's the message, off you go. So if you can understand, he might have been kind of unique in his own way of communication.
Interesting. And I saw Kevin, he said hello earlier. Kevin's Loving Vibration is here.
Hi,
He's
Kevin.
wonderful. Check out his channel. I've been a guest on his channel and he's been a guest on mine. He's a wonderful reader.
Yeah, still no invite from Kevin's Loving Vibration. I'm waiting, Kevin. I'm here. My schedule's open, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm joking. Not really.
And thank you everybody else who has come in and joined. Appreciate you all. Nice to see you all. And I love spending time with Stouffer. All right.
Likewise.
Thank you, Sunny. Well, I'm glad. Okay, we got a new one here. I don't know if I've seen this name. Danielle MacD. Any message from my guides? Danielle. Danielle. Oh, thank you so much, Rosie. You guys are so kind.
Danielle, I've got a message. It kind of feels like a message surrounding like family planning for me. So I'm not sure if you are in the midst of maybe considering having children, or could even be, something with your household. Like it just feels like some kind of new arrangement with how you're living within your household. So there's some messages about maybe timing not quite being there. I think these changes will come soon enough, but I do feel like there's some other projects. I'm getting messages about some other projects that need to be kind of finished, or could really benefit you from continuing to focus on that and kind of, wrapping those things up before moving to this next phase. So I think the timing is going to work itself out, but there might be some questions within yourself about what that looks like. So I'm just getting a message around this kind of working itself out, but I feel like the time frame is going to be pushed back a little bit more than what you have in your mind right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Seascape. Danielle, I saw, I feel like you're familiar with angelic realm, and I saw Archangel Raphael come in, and they were acknowledging the healing aspect. And so an awareness to my hands, but just even more so, just the exchange that you have with people provides healing. And so just an acknowledgement in that. And I know you asked about guides. I just be open to who comes in and how we identify them. Sometimes there's an overlap but yeah, there's just this really clear acknowledgement about your healing that you provide. So I'm curious if you would understand that. Okay, surrender. It feels like there's something. It's like coming up against that brick wall. It just feels like you're putting this energy into something that's just really resisting. And it does feel, if you feel called to this opportunity to just surrender in it. And it just feels like it's not it's not it's not that you lack anything that didn't get the result, but it's just this feeling of surrender to the things that we just can't change, no matter if we're just perfect in it or if we had all the answers, or it does feel like other energy or people in this, and that some people just will never change their ways. And so in that, it just feels like this this opportunity to surrender. Just really, they're just reminding you where you want to place your energy, and we get to be responsible for that. So just really, if that resonates, if you understand that, to know that you have choice around that, they're saying. So thank you for your question, Danielle. Lovely. Oh, this is so interesting. Prince Charming's mom, I love you. And a great question. What does it mean if a bird hits your house window and dies? A female cardinal. I mean, I know we're just, I love this community because we all look for those meaning in things. And sometimes I think there's always opportunity for meaning. My thought around it is always like, oh my God, this poor bird or whatever hits my window, because I
Right.
think we've all had those moments where it's happened. And then we go, is this a sign? And I think that there is sometimes just those moments where even out of tragedy, they can assist us in our lives. So in that, yes, there is medicine, and knowing that we all come here, and I feel like the animals do it as well, that they mirror the contracts that we make, as you know, our soul contracts coming into it, where our exit point will be clear. And in that, I think the animals do it too. So sometimes just the bringing of that attention is just those reminders for us. So that's what they're saying. I don't know if that made sense. It kind of did in my as I was hearing it, but I haven't spoken it that way. So that's what I'm getting.
I think that made sense, Kevin.
Okay, thank you,
Makes sense
Stouffer.
to me. I'll give you validation. Yeah, it's interesting because I recently in my own life have kind of been struggling with the fact that I think I don't see signs or equate things to signs as much as I should. And so I've been kind of recalibrating that in my own mind of, everything should be a sign. And it really, do I think it's a direct sign? Not necessarily, but I do think that there's power in that energy that happened. I think that's kind of what you were articulating, Kevin, is regardless if it's a direct sign or has a direct meaning or a specific meaning, there is some kind of energy, some kind of feeling, some kind of connection now between that animal and that situation and you that happened. So it's really just finding what that means for you within that energy and what happened, how you feel about it, how it kind of affects your day to day. And so, everything's a lesson, right? Everything's an experience, everything's for a reason. So not that it wasn't a big deal for that bird, but I mean, for us, it's kind of like we go on with our lives, but there is some kind of lesson in there. So short answer, there is a meaning. I don't know what it is specifically, but it's really up to us, I think, to attach that energy and see how we feel about it and how it changes us.
Yeah, interesting enough, Spirit's showing me all the breadcrumbs, and it's interesting that we're following those little breadcrumbs. So just you bringing this into this community and being in the conversation about it, it's just yet another breadcrumb. So I feel like those things happen for a reason. There's a purpose behind it. And sometimes the unfoldment of that, they're saying, just takes a bit of time, and we get to be in the participation. Because if you didn't come into this and choose to watch this live and ask the question, and then all that goes on behind the scenes. So in it, it's just like, to me, it's another breadcrumb. So there is meaning in it, and we can always have an opportunity to find that meaning. And sometimes that just unfolds in a thing we've called time. So great question. And rest in peace, little
I
cardinal.
know.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. And I
It
think
also
someone
could
just
mean your windows are very clean. I'm just saying.
I have 19-foot windows in the front, so
Oh yeah.
we've had some casualties as well. And Beth, thank you so much for your donation. That is so kind of you. I appreciate you and thank you very much. Where are we? Yeah, and Patricia says, my answers are coming through the collective answer today.
Mm.
And that's such a great point because, just holding the space for other people, there's always opportunity. I saw, Kevin was mentioning the hummingbirds and, different people sharing their connection with the birds. And that's just it. So we can always, be in the conversation. We can hold that space for other people getting their answer. But so often it's for the collective, and I find that in my readings, and readings just seem to be amping up for me, and the support that I get in every single one, I feel like there is so much for me in it, and I share that with people, usually in the reading now, where it was something that I kind of stayed away because I was like, I don't want to overshadow for 1 second that and now I just let all of that go. And I think that in that sharing and collectively how we can be in the receiving of messages in these exchanges, that's the gift to me. And so I love it. Great one, Patricia.
Yeah, I think that's something I've come to realize too, is like, even when during readings, when I set aside all my lists, as I call them, and my own stuff, and I really give into spirit and the person in front of me, I'm still getting something out of it, and I feel like I'm still growing as well. So I definitely started like giving additional or extra reverence to that. So it's not lost on me either, that even as readers, we try to take ourselves out of the readings, right? But we're still getting something from. There's still messages for us in those readings as well.
Yeah.
So,
And just the alignment with the things that are occurring on our own lives, So I always, I love that. Kelly, I'll say first of all that Stouffer is offering a free workshop on Sunday,
yeah,
September the 3rd, around exactly that, kind of stepping into the new businesses in these offerings. So if you feel called to that, check that out. And I'll put all his info in the description after this. But
yeah, and that's free.
yeah, free one.
100%.
So kind. Starting a healing intuitive practice. Will it be successful for me? I hear yes, it will be. Finally, they're like, finally, there's like this little happy dance happening. Finally. And I feel dad as well. I feel like there's lots of dads here. I feel I'm curious if you'd understand also dad and spirit, Kelly. But just support, fatherly. Yes, finally. It just felt like this. They were just showing me, it was like, you'd put this over here and then you'd be like, no, that's not good enough. I'm going to put it over here. And it's like all of this like rearranging as this kind of distraction to really just step into it. And so they're just really like, bravo that you're actually stepping into it and just letting go of some of the restraints or parameters around what what you kind of think it has to look like, because in any given moment there's somebody there to be in that connection to you. So remember that. Remember that they're saying stepping into it takes something, so they definitely are acknowledging that.
Yeah, I'm getting success with this as well. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to evolve into what it's supposed to be. And I get a specific message, Kelly, around, I really think a lot of this healing, it feels like there might be a bit of a motivation or a connection with you with helping a specific like niche of people. And it almost feels like people that have some kind of like, I'm getting like PTSD or people that have gone through something like traumatic,
Mhm.
like pretty intense stuff. So this could be even like, you know, trauma from like relationships, abuse, stuff like that. So I feel like and if you want to, feel free if you want to confirm that that's a motivation, but it feels like you have something, you have this like unique kind of secret sauce that can help people specifically that have some type of like trauma or PTSD, kind of in that intense kind of way. So I think that's kind of where it's going to go, from what I'm feeling. But yeah, I get that there will be even initial success, but it's going to take a minute for it to kind of evolve to where you really feel lined up with, the type of work you're doing.
I love it. They're showing me you in the bathtub, and I was like, okay, this is curious.
Yeah.
And I heard me talks. So make sure that you, for your mind, body, and spirit, that you do what you need to do. Instead of detox, I thought it was really clever. I heard me talks, and they showed me you in the bathtub. So in that, you were covered with bubbles, so it was good. It was G-rated. Thank you. But just be really mindful of that. So I do get the sense that there will be some really heavy stuff that you are capable of handling. And so some of those people that are coming to you, you just will hold that space really beautifully. But just remember that go through your process for the release of that and taking yourself, or making sure that you're taking self, I can't speak, that you're taking care of yourself in that. So all the best, and let us know. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go well.
All right. Where are we here? Got a few more. We've got Cindy Fern. Any messages from Spirit that I need to know? Sending you lots of healing, Melody. Lots of comfort there. And False T said, I think you gained 15 subscribers. Stopher.
Oh, I did? Oh,
You did.
I love it. Thank you. I'm grateful. Cindy, I'm getting a message about an animal. Did you recently lose, have an animal pass, or have an animal that is perhaps not feeling well? Because I'm getting a message that the animal is okay. The animal's being taken care of. Feels like a dog. So I'm not sure if you can understand that. But it is a message that the dog, the animal is it just feels like it's in good hands. It's being taken care of now. I'm also getting a message about, it's kind of a cleaning house kind of message. So I do think you're kind of stepping into energy where it's time to kind of reassess and do an evaluation and inventory of kind of the things and people and situations in your life. Because I feel like now's the time to kind of move forward from some things that might be causing unnecessary stress, really not serving you. And kind of stepping into that, I think it just really feels like now's the time to take those steps.
Cindy, I feel like this like indecisiveness, and it feels it's making my head and my ears ring. My head a little bit dizzy and my ears ring. And why are you showing me this? It's like I feel like there's some they're making me feel like there's some things that are pending in the decision. So some indecision around that. And so they're prompting you to shift from here to kind of like that heart place, or just a different way of feeling into it as far as the answer. Yeah, it's this indecisiveness. This indecisiveness. Give me more for that. There is some fear, and you don't have to go into any detail, but there just feels like this kind of a little bit of fear around it. They're showing me, and so just know that you are protected, is what they're saying. And so, kind of walking through this, you're safe in it. So there's just this encouragement. And I think it's connected to kind of like these decisions or the indecisiveness. They're showing me the connection of that, but that you're safe in it. So no need to go into detail, but just know that you're safe and protected in that. So that is what is coming through. Thank you for your question, Cindy. All right.
And Cindy, would you understand? Have you recently or about to hit like a milestone birthday? I feel like there's a lot of energy around that as well, and kind of stepping into and accepting yourself. Whatever the number is, it just feels like there's a lot of power that can be gained in that, and really just kind of being comfortable with age and how we all progress.
Okay. Yes, I'm trying to sell my parents' house and dealing with my brother. Yeah, just that reassurance of safety. And you are safe. You're protected, and call upon your team in that, is what they're saying. So, yeah. And thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you for your kindness. Michelle asked an interesting question, and I just watched a really great Third Eye Champagne had Sonia Ring Lee as a guest on, and this is for entertainment purposes only. And we're not giving any recommendations whether someone should or shouldn't do those, the plant medicine, but it was so informative, and I only caught about the last half of the show. But on Third Eye Champagne, again, Sonia Ring Lee, who really has a lot of information around the plant medicine. Okay, so it's that. So yeah, just it feels like just do your homework. And what they're making me remember is Sonia was talking about making sure that you've had the conversation with the one facilitating it, and just to do your homework. So that's what the encouragement is, to just not show up without all of those questions and concerns answered with the one hosting. So I feel like I'm going to encourage you to watch that on Third Eye Champagne, and Sonia, and then reach out to Sonia Rain Lee. She's got her own channel. So if you can't find it, Michelle, I think you know who that is. So if you don't, reach out to me, and I will connect the two of you for that. So, and Stouffer, if you want to add anything, go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely do want to add something. A directive that I'm feeling is, because I feel like you have this kind of energy of it's important for you to be comfortable in your space that you're in. So if I'm pulling a directive from what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling is, and I'm not sure if you've been to the area or the space where this is going to be offered or happen, but I would go there prior and spend some time there. Whether, I don't know if this is done in like a outdoor area, house, I don't know how this is done. But I would spend a little time there before going on this journey. So just to be comfortable, because I feel like once you're in it, there might be some kind of feelings or discomforts with the space if you're not aware of your surroundings and feel comfortable with it. So that's kind of the directive I'm getting as well. And just really make sure you're if there are other people going to be there, also just really, before any of this starts, get comfortable with them as well. So it's just a lot about environment.
Interesting. Yeah, that feels good. And you do know Sonia. Perfect. Yeah, I love it. Tammy asks, who was around me recently? Cigarette smoke smell was driving me crazy. I instantly felt Dad. And I'm hearing Dad in that. And it was just like, and I'm in the car. I don't know, something about the car. but I can smell in the car, and it's like roll the windows down. It's like, oh my gosh, get that out of here. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel dad in the car. Stouffer, if you have anything.
Yeah, I'm not getting this in the car. But I do feel dad. I actually feel two. So there's someone else. If Tammy, would you understand dad and his brother? So this would be dad and uncle.
He's
What happened?
he knows it drives me crazy. Sorry, I
Funny.
didn't mean to interrupt.
He being dad knows it drives her crazy.
I think so.
Sorry, I'm slow. Yeah, but I do feel like it's dad, and I feel like it's dad and a brother of his as well, because I'm getting two men, and it does feel a little bit mischievous.
Oh, oh, dad and brother both passed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's.
Were they both smokers as well? Because it does make me want to laugh. So I do feel like it's almost like a bit of a joke. So.
Yep, I'm gonna share what I got. Okay, so it was like I'm back in the car, and it feels like I'm in the car, and it's like roll the bloody windows down, and it wasn't cigarette smoke. So it was just because as you're saying about it, it's like a funny joke. I'm right there with you, Stouffer. I feel that too, and it was like roll the bloody windows down. So yeah, and yes, my whole family smoked. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tammy, I feel, and as much as it probably is unpleasant, it feels very endearing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just laugh.
I think she's laughing.
Tell them to bug off.
I love it. Thanks, Tammy. Okay, we got a couple more here. Where are we here? I can't read. Samantha S. Sorry. Samantha S. Yeah. Hi, I would love a message from Spirit for guidance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They're saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They're just really acknowledging your compassion. They just keep surrounding you in all of these hearts, Samantha. And a reminder, they're saying, okay, yeah, the compassion, how you are such that compassion for people. They're encouraging you to have that same compassion for yourself. And especially in this, they're kind of focusing in this kind of time that you're in. So just a sensitivity with what's going on, to be sensitive, to be compassionate to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, Samantha, I'm getting, they're telling me that there's a transition happening, and it seems like to me it's a transition into more of like a solitude, so more of a solo situation. This would be coming out of a relationship, or perhaps a empty nest situation. It just feels like you're a little more alone than you have been. So as kind of hand in hand with what Kevin was saying, just really just kind of having that self-love and not getting down, and really just kind of stepping into, even though it just feels like you might feel a little more lonely, just really realizing that you are still surrounded by a lot of love. So that's the message that's coming through for me, for you. Still see the hope in things, and see all the opportunities that are still being presented in front of you. It just feels like we're kind of stepping in a place that's a little more like lonely, as far as people being directly around you.
I love that, Stouffer. And I feel I asked, as you started, I pulled one more card, and it's the Stay Connected card. And it brought me back to Patricia. And there's just this purple energy around, and it feels collective. So I feel like this will resonate with many, they're saying. And so they're actually prompting me, and I don't usually read the cards, but we are all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is as an important of time to reconnect with the source. And they go back to Seascape's question, and that's just it. Sometimes it's just the mindfulness, that subtle little shift in our perspective, in our conversations, in these connections that will take us all there. So I love it how they align all of us in the right moment, if you will, to ask the questions, and there's no separate in it. So I just love moments like this. So thank you. Thank you, Samantha, for your question and for being
Yeah, thank
here,
you.
and love it. Interesting. And Purple Elephant, I feel like that was for you as well. You're the last question that we have. And so I just feel like that's, they're saying that's also for you. So sometimes the illusion, they're saying, of what things look like can create a feel. And if we can kind of, they're almost saying like looking past that. I know sometimes it's hard, but sometimes in it, the reminder that others are going through similar, that sense of community, and that we're always connected, even when we don't feel it. There's message in that for you, they're saying. So, and purple. Oh, and the purple elephant. That's beautiful. Oh, we were just talking about purple.
You did.
See
You
how
literally said purple.
the layers of it. It's just like, oh.
Deb, I got a couple of things coming through with the energy. I feel like this energy, it feels like, and I know I've hit on the environmental thing a few times tonight, but it feels like it's coming from someone else. I feel like you're taking on some energy of other people in your environment. And it doesn't feel like it's necessarily like bad. It's just affecting kind of your own levels. I also feel, would you understand bringing something? I feel like there's something in your home too that has brought in some challenging energy recently. Would you understand bringing something? It feels like an item, and it feels, I don't know why I'm hearing like that it might be made of like leather or some kind of material. So if you can understand, if you brought something into your home recently that's made of some kind of tough material like that, leather, or might be vinyl, I'm not sure, but maybe look at that, clear it or remove it if it's not working out. But it feels like it's environmental as well.
Interesting. I love that, Stouffer.
That is interesting.
And
Even
thank
as
you,
I'm saying it, I'm
Amy.
like, that's weird, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's making me think. I love that. That was for me as well. Amy, thank you so much for your donation. And Jessica, I heard sensitive is the new strong. I know I've recommended that a few times, and I feel like that's what I'm hearing. Sensitive is the new strong by Anita Morjani, I believe is the book. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Stouffer, that was lovely. It's always lovely spending time with you and all of these lovely people.
Yeah.
I love each of you.
Everybody says like all these nice things in the I'll just stay here and read the comments all day.
Totally, right? Oh my gosh. It's like a happiness coma. Oh, Jessica, good. I'm glad. It's like a happiness love coma. Every time I'm in this, I'm like, ooh, I'm just in that.
It's, yeah, it really is like a high.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah, and
really
you were
is.
earlier. You were mentioning, when for people to leave comments and stuff on the YouTube, and I know as a marketer, yes, it helps, with the algorithms and promoting your channel. But really, I want people to understand that. I mean, speaking for myself, I just love reading and interacting, and it's such a great sharing of energy and love when they're positive, of course, but. For me, that, it helps my own personal algorithm, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
keep it coming for everybody, not just our channels, but if somebody's putting power and energy into their content and it's authentic, then give them some love. It's definitely reciprocated.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you,
love
Kevin, for the
that.
vibration.
Yeah, Kevin, thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. It's wonderful, and thank you for the comments. And that's the thing, like, even in the things that are tough, we all have that in common. And they're very natural. And sometimes the tough stuff, we we've kind of put it in this box that it's not natural, or we shouldn't talk about it, or, so even the tough stuff brings us together because we discover that it's natural. And that exchange, we all have these awakened abilities, and we all have the potential. And sometimes we just need the reminder of how to be in that. So that's one of my most favorite things about this community, is that I'm no different in those ways where I have times where it's hard to, show up or be in the conversation and, risk people not liking me. It's a tough one. And I work with a therapist, and I'm open about that. It's one of those things that I don't have a tough skin, and I don't attempt to actually make my skin tough. I allow the sensitivities to be there, and I cry. And in most of my readings, I shed a tear. I used to apologize, and now I don't. I just embrace it. And when you're in this loving vibration, and connectiveness, that's the gift. And so I'll continue to show up. If there's one person here or many, it just fills me up. So thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the ones that donated and the new subscribers. And Stopher, don't forget to subscribe to his channel. And let's get him, let's give him a bit of a kick in the butt to start doing his own lives and his own content.
It's coming.
And I better be the first guest. Actually, have me and Kevin. There you go, Kevin. I mean, I shouldn't do that, but I know Kevin.
If Kevin won't invite me on his channel, I'm kidding.
That's just it. Totally. You invite him onto your channel. There you go, Stouffer.
I'll do
That's
that.
actually what needed to. There you go.
Imagine that, being proactive.
Yeah.
I will. And if anybody wants to join on the 3rd of September for the business workshop, just email me. I don't know if you have my email up there, stopher138@gmail.com. You can just email me. I'll make sure you get the link and all that. And I'm going to make a flyer for it, all the good stuff. Yeah. And I still do that every Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. on Pacific time. I do the developmental circle. That's free as well.
Love it. Patricia's a dear friend, and I love it that she likes my giggle, because some of the comments people don't. And then I laugh more. I read the ones and then I start laughing. That's just my reaction. And so in that, we'll end on the giggle. So thank you all, and we'll see you all again.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for being here. Bye.